This type of pencil sketch reel has been going super viral lately and everyone is trying to create it. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can make this reel in After Effects.
Every small habit is like a domino. A clean desk, a 15-minute stretch, each one can end up changing your entire life.
This is a full breakdown, meaning I will walk you through the design, animation, sound design and music all from scratch, and everyone can follow along. Before we start, it would be really great if you could hit that like and subscribe button. It really motivates me to make more videos for you. Also, you can download the project files on my Patreon. Now, let's take a moment to talk about today's sponsor, which is AEJuice. With this year's Black Friday, the folks over at AEJuice decided to offer an incredible 98% off on their products. Today, I want to highlight the I Want It All bundle, which gives you access to more than 80 packs and over 10,000 assets. The best part is that it's all pre-built right inside of the After Effects and Premiere Pro, so you can import the assets with just one click. The quality of these assets is seriously impressive, from the sound design to texture, AI effects and much more. This offer is only valid until the end of the year, and with my link you can grab the full bundle for just $149 instead of over $9,000. Don't miss this opportunity, it is one of the best deals you ever find. Alright, here we are inside of Adobe After Effects and now let's begin. So in here I have two folders. On the first folder we have the assets panel, which consists of the assets that we want to use for this animation. So this type of a style specifically, it's called sepia sketch pencil design. And if you have problem with creating these type of assets, all you need to do is that you need to find a reference. You can upload it into AI such as ChatGPT and ask the AI to recreate the assets, the elements that you want in this style. Now, if you have problem with creating assets with the help of AI, I will attach two videos at the end of this video, which you can watch and learn how you can create assets with the help of AI. And then in the narration folder, I have the narration that we want to use in order to create the animation. So let's just listen for the first time.
Every small habit is like a domino. A clean desk, a 15-minute stretch, each one can end up changing your entire life.
Alright, this looks good. Now let's just select the narration and put it into the composition to make a composition out of it. I'm just going to right click on the composition and I'm going to call it main. The width and height was 1080 by 9020, which was fine. I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to call it main. We want to be organized, so I'm just going to push the main comp in here. All right, that looks good. Now in the assets panel, I'm just going to bring the background in order to start designing the elements. So the first line was
every small habit is like.
So every small habit is like domino. So about here, we need to reveal the habit element, which is a clock. I'm going to bring it in here. Now, as you see, it's sort of merged with the background that we have. So we need to design a border for it. In order to do that, I'm going to go towards the rectangle tool. I'm going to design a rectangle more or less like this. This looks good. I'm going to make it a bit round. Okay, this is good. Let's just call it a square. I'm going to place it in here. Alright, let's just reveal the square on the first step. I'm going to press S to reveal the scale. I'm going to set a keyframe on the scale property. I'm going to turn off the chain option. Let's go about 80 frames forward. I'm going to set the Y value on 0. So we have this revealing, but it's reversed. So I'm just going to select these keyframes, right click on it, and then I'm going to just select time reverse keyframes. Alright, this is going to fix the issue that we have. We're going to set F9 to apply the standard easings, and by going into the graph editor, I'm going to just design the graph like this. So we will have a movement like this.
Every small habit.
Okay, this is exactly what we want. Now we need to reveal the clock in the halfway. In order to do that, I'm just going to press P to reveal the keyframes. Again, let's go about 80 frames forward. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to just set another keyframe. Now back to the first keyframe, I'm going to push it down like this. Now let's just apply the standard easings. Let's go towards the graph editor by pressing Shift plus F3. And let's just adjust it like this.
Every small habit is like a.
Okay, this looks good, but as you see, the clock is out of the border. Now, in order to fix that, you can just select the track matte and track matte it to the square. And now the square is hidden, so we can reveal it back by just reappearing in here.
Every small habit is...
Okay, now that shows us it's still on the border, so we can just push it a bit down. So now it's out of the border.
Every small habit is like a...
Okay, but we have a problem. Now you see the top of the clock is out of the border. Now in order to fix that problem, we're going to do a tiny trick that in a smart move that is super simple to do. We're going to just duplicate this clock and we're going to remove the track magnet on it. So if I remove the track magnet on it, as you see, it's now like what its original movement was. But what we can do is that I'm going to just remove the keyframes on it and I'm going to parent it to the clock. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go towards the mask tool and I'm just going to mask the top part of it. Now, as you see, we have it in here. But what we're going to do is that when it's in here, we're just going to cut the beginning of it.
Every small habit is like a...
Now, there we go. We have it. That looks good. But since now we have too many properties that we want to control, and there is a chance that we want to reduce the size or anything else, I'm just going to create a null object and I'm going to call it the clock controller. And let's just parent these two layers into the clock controller. Okay, now this will help me to reduce the scale, reposition it however I like. This is a bit big, so I'm just going to make it a bit smaller and reposition it almost in here. That should be good.
Every small habit is like a domino.
Now let's just reveal the text really quickly. Every small habit. So every small habit is like. And let's just remove the like. I'm gonna. Okay, this looks good. We just need to push a bit down so we can have room for adding the text in here. Is like a domino. And let's just make it a bit bold italic. Okay, this looks good. Now let's go and animate the text really quickly in here. The easiest ways that you can reveal a text is by adding an opacity and position into your text. And this is super simple to do. I'm going to just reveal the text in animate menu. I'm going to go towards the opacity. And I'm going to set the opacity to 0 to start the animation. Now, in order to animate it, you need to open the range selector, which is in this case is range selector 1. I'm going to set a keyframe on the start. Let's go 1 second forward, and then I'm going to just reveal it into 100. Now we have the text that is revealing character by character. We can change that by going into the advanced and in on based on, we can just change it from characters to words. Okay, this looks good, but still we need to add a bit of easings into it. So I'm just going to set the ease height on 35% and then ease low into 65%.
Every small habit.
Okay, we have it, but we can add a bit more movement into it by going into add. In property, we can add a position. Now we can add other properties such as scale and rotation, but this is the simplest type. I'm just going to set the Y value on 60%.
Every small habit is...
You see that now we have this text, which is exactly what we want. Now I'm gonna just pressing Ctrl+C, I'm gonna copy this animator 1, and one is in the middle. I'm just going to paste it for the like a domino.
Every small habit is like a domino.
Great. Now we need to reveal the second scene, which is like a domino. So in order to do that, I need to make a bit space for the second element. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to, when it's in here, I'm going to just press P, Shift plus F3 to set a keyframe on position and scale. I'm just going to go in here. Let's just rescale it down and place it a bit. We can go up. There's no issue in that. And let's just set it on, let's set the standard easing. But now I'm just going to use the motion tools because I just want to manually speed things up. So I'm just going to set it on 65% in here.
Habit is like a domino.
Great.
Every small habit is like a domino.
Now we need to reveal the second scene. So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna do a quick move. So in here, in my process of animation, I always try to find ways that makes my work faster, because clients are usually looking for people or designers so which they can, design and animate in less amount of time. So in order to, be faster, what we can do is that we can just duplicate this square. I'm gonna place it above the clock controller, and I'm gonna just change the color of these layers so I don't confuse them. And with that layer selected, I'm just gonna place it in here. So you can see we need to adjust a bit. So let's just make it a bit still like this. Okay, this looks good about here. And I'm gonna just push it a bit up to give it a bit more space for the next element that I want to reveal. So I'm just gonna remove this parent. I don't want it to parent it anymore. I want to treat it as a standalone object. And let's just select it and push the element in here.
Every small habit is like a domino.
Okay. We need to push this a bit faster.
Small habit is like a domino.
Great. Now, when it's in here, we're gonna just open the domino again. The same step that we did for these first elements. The domino is in here. I'm just gonna rescale it a bit to here. That is great, but you see that the colors are a bit different in here, which we're gonna touch the colors and final styles later at the end of this video. But for now, I'm just going to track matte it again to this square, revealing the square. And when it's almost in here, we're gonna just set a keyframe for the position. Again, a few frames forward, set another one, get back to the first one, and quickly, oh, I accidentally set it on the position of the square, which is wrong. We wanted to do it for the position of this domino. So, okay, let's see, it's correct. We just need to remove it on this square too. And I'm gonna just place it down like this, 65% influence.
Is like a domino.
Okay, a bit sooner, I want to reveal it.
It is like a domino. It is like a domino.
Okay, that looks good. Now let's just reveal the top of the domino, duplicate it. Let's make sure that you are at the end of the keyframes, and then parent it to the domino again, and remove the track matte on it. And once it's done, select it and create the text, create the top of the mask, I'm sorry, like this. And when it's in here, cut it. There we go.
Every small habit is like a domino.
That is super nice, but we need to add a bit more movement, which we need to add the camera into our animation. Now, the thing about creating a good viral reel is that the camera never should stop in these type of reels. Even so, if you want to create a simple animation such as zoom in or zoom out. So in order to do that, I'm just gonna select these layers. First, let's just change them into a color that we don't mess them. So this belongs to the first one. And this is for the second one. Great, we can just select them. Let's go into 3D by creating on this cube icon in here. I'm working on the classic 3D, super important. If you change your render machine, track mattes are not gonna work on these two. On the other tool type of a machine that we have, 3D render machine that we have. So I'm gonna create a new camera. The type is set on one node, the preset is set on 50mm, super good. I'm gonna right click on the camera, in camera again, I'm gonna just create orbit null. So this will create a null and will parent the camera into the null. And I'm gonna just call it CC, which stands for the camera controller. It just basically helps me to understand what I'm doing. And now it is here, I'm gonna just set a keyframe. And at the beginning, I'm gonna just set a keyframe. So the way that I'm going to animate it is that, oh, I accidentally again created the position for the camera. I wanted to create it for the null. I'm sorry. Quickly let's just create a bit of zoom in. So now you see we have a bit of zoom out at the beginning.
Every small habit is like a domino.
Okay, super good.
Every small habit is like a domino.
Super good. Now let's go and animate the sound design simultaneously when we are working here. So as I have mentioned at the beginning of this video, the folks over AEJuice have the greatest offer of the all time. You can have access to more than 80 packs in here, which is sufficient for any type of design that you want to do, design animation in After Effects. So for example, right now I want these sound designs. So I'm just going to type the sound designs. Here, as you see, we have the motion design pack, gun sound effects. So I'm just going to open the Sound Effect Pro. And in here, I'm just looking for some clicks, UI clicks. So let's just go into UI clicks. And as you see, it already has close to 150 elements. So you see that there are just too many elements, even for tasting. So basically, yes. So this one is good. I'm just going to double click on it. And as soon as I do that, as you see, it will get imported to my files. So this will save me a lot of time. I honestly think this deal is super good for designers and wider real creators. Have this pack manager, and I want it all bundle in their stash. Now you can use the link in the description to get full discount and buy it before this year ends.
Every small habit is like a dom.
So we have this sound, which is super good.
Every small habit is like a dom.
Now when it's in here, I'm just going to duplicate it again. I'm going to just place it in here.
Every small habit is like a domino.
Okay, this looks good. Now we need to transition into the next scene, which is
like a domino. A clean desk.
A clean desk. Okay, let's just extend the zoom.
Like a domino.
And now we can just duplicate this camera, parent the first camera into the second one. And with the position, I'm just going to remove these positions. I'm going to go 20 frames forward. I'm just going to push the text a bit up, give it a bit more room for the next element that I want to reveal. So let's just get back to the motion tools. Let's just set it 65% influence.
A domino. A clean desk.
And when it's up, now it is time to bring the desk. Okay, here's our desk. The same thing that we want to do is just repeating the same steps as before. Nothing fancy in here. So I'm just going to select the rectangle tool again. I'm going to draw a border for this. And let's just make it a bit rounded. Like so. Pushing it beneath. I'm just going to call it this rectangle. And let's just copy this scale from this square, and we can just set it on 3D as well. There's nothing wrong with it, so we can reposition it in here. I'm just going to reposition it really quick in here. And then we're going to just paste this scaling that we had from the square one.
Is like a domino. A clean desk.
It should reveal sooner.
A clean desk.
Okay, when it's in here, again, the same step that we need to repeat. So I'm just gonna track map it to the rectangle, setting a keyframe, going a few frames forward, repeating the same step super quickly. And I'm gonna just reverse the keyframes because we need the reverse type. Gonna set it on 65%.
A clean desk. A clean desk. A clean desk. A clean desk.
Okay, this looks good. Now let's just duplicate the layer one more time, revealing the keyframes. I'm gonna remove it. I'm gonna parent it to the desk, and then let's just also remove the track mat, and we're gonna go towards the mask tool. There we go. when it's in here, we're just gonna press Alt plus open bracket to cut the beginning of it.
A clean desk.
And then we need to reveal the text in here. So quickly, I'm gonna just write a clean desk. And there we go. We just need to go into the one of the text layers, copying the animator one, and then paste it in here. Well, let's make sure that we also set the text on 3D because it's super important.
A clean desk.
Okay, we cannot see the text because I think it's behind these layers.
A clean desk.
Let's just now.
A clean desk.
Now, as you see, we have this clean desk in here, but the movement stops in here. But before we forget, let's just not forget to add this sound design at the same time. So it will get revealed almost in here. And then I'm gonna just do it.
It's like a domino. A clean desk.
Super good. And then I'm gonna just push the camera a bit up to open room for the next element. So what I'm going to do is that we're just gonna duplicate the camera and let's just parent the CC2, camera control 2 into camera controller 3. So when it's in here, the camera, as I have said, it will never stop. So we're just gonna quickly add another movement on top, but I'm just gonna zoom out a bit, you know, something like this. And everything seems to be aligned in here. So let's just use size. I'm a bit sensitive about everything be symmetry in here. So you see, right now, we don't have a symmetry design in here. So what we can do is that we can either create a camera controller, like what we did before for the clock. So I'm just gonna rectangle these ones. Let's just not give them a different color so we don't mess them up. And I'm gonna just create another null. Let's set it on 3D and we're gonna call it disk controller. Always try to be organized in your layers and everything else that you make, especially in the long projects like this. It's gonna just help you out a lot. So a bit, I'm gonna just push it towards here, and then I'm gonna just increase this position. Okay.
A clean desk, a 50.
Okay, that looks good, but we need to work on the easings.
Clean desk, a 15.
Now we need to add the 15 minutes stretch, which is going to be the last scene that we are working for this animation. Well, to do that, I'm just gonna, let's quickly duplicate the rectangle. We're gonna just call it rectangle 2, push it a bit down. And also when it's in here, we just need to remove this text animation. So quickly, we're just gonna get back to the text animation in here. We're gonna give it a bit of opacity, and then we're gonna just set it on 0.
Clean desk, a 15-minute.
Now a 15 minutes stretch, which is in here. We're gonna just open it. And again.
Desk, a 15-minute. Desk, a 15-minute.
That is great. And now we're gonna just bring these two couples that doing a stretch. And let's just set it on 3D so we can see where these original layer is. It's about here. I'm just gonna, you know, rescale it a bit. Okay, this looks good. When it gets revealed in here, we just need to set the position, keyframe, going a few frames forward again. We're just gonna set it down. And then let's just apply these standard easings. Don't forget to use the track matte to track matte it to the rectangle 2, revealing the rectangle 2 again. We just need to still push it a bit down.
15-minute stretch. Each one can...
Okay, it's down. Let's just push it up. And let's just duplicate it now, removing the keyframes again, on track matting it, and parenting it to this stretch layer. I'm just gonna select this layer. And when it's in here, which is gonna cut the beginning of it like it's originally was. And these are going to be the last sets of keyframes and sets of layers.
15-minute stretch. Each desk, a 15-minute stretch.
Okay. Now that we have this one, this layer, we need to add the text for it. So either I think there is no space to do that. So sometimes it happens. I think it's a lack of design that I have made in here, which is a problem.
Desk, a 15-minute stretch.
But also we can just quickly, we need to work on the stretch layer, revealing it sooner.
A 15-minute stretch.
And let's just not forget to reveal it.
A 15-minute stretch.
That is good. But one thing that we forgot in here is that I'm sure you notice as well, same as me, that the camera stops. So again, we need to go duplicating the layer. So let me just change it into layer names so you can understand it better. We're gonna just parent it into the camera, and we're gonna just open the first two layers to see where it ends. I'm just gonna, in here, set in a keyframe position on the position. I'm gonna just slowly zooming it out a bit. But you see that we have some text layers in here. But when it's in here, we just need to cut the end of these two text layers as well, so it doesn't get in our way when we want to do a zoom out effect. Okay, now we need to also do the sound designs, which is on here. We just need to duplicate this layer one more time and placing it in here.
Every small habit is like a domino. A clean desk, a 15-minute stretch.
Great. Now we just need to push these layers out to create a space for the text animation that we want to write for the end of this video. So this is why I have parented everything to a null. Now we can just use the null controllers in order to push them outside. So for the last one, let's just also create a new null object. A new null object, I'm gonna just place it in here. Let's just also set the anchor point on the middle. And with everything selected that we have in here, I'm just going to parent these two layers. And let's just set it on 3D as well. Okay, now everything is set. Let's just quickly.
Clean desk, a 15-minute stretch.
Now let's just create a position going about 50 frames, 80 frames forward. I'm going to just set another one, and I'm just going to push this one down. Let's just set a keyframe. Let's set easings on 65%. Again, going into this desk controller, which is in here. I'm going to just press P to reveal the position. Now it's up to you how you want to push them outside the composition.
Stretch each one.
And also we need these to animate these two layers. So super quickly, I'm just gonna find this clock controller, pressing U. I'm gonna just set another keyframe. It should be about here. So let's just make sure that we are on the right time. So, and then let's just push it a bit. This controller, I'm sorry. Let's just push it up. We also need to create a null object for the clock controller. So I'm just gonna, we can just use this one, but I'm afraid it might ruin the composition that we have in here. So let's just create a null object and not risk it. And I'm gonna just place it in here. And this is going to be the Domino controller. And let's just parent these two layers into this one, but let's just set it on 3D first. The null is in here. Let's just position it, and then domino square 2, and let's just parent it to the domino controller. And now let's just set a position keyframe and position keyframe again. And at the end, let's just push it in here. 65%.
A clean desk, a 15-minute stretch, each one.
Now we need to create a whoosh sound in here. So let's just open the AEJuice pack managers. Let's search for whooshes. This one's good. And I'm gonna just bring it in here. Okay, this looks good. Let's just bring it on top of it in here.
Is like a domino. A clean desk, a 15-minute stretch, each one.
And there we go.
15-minute stretch, each one can. Minute stretch, each one.
Now, each one
Can end up changing your entire life.
we just need to add the last text, which is each one. Oh, I'm accidentally are missing in here. So and there we go. We just need to copy and paste these animator 1 again. And you can also save it as a preset by going into animation, save animation preset. And you can just call it, for example, the opacity position. And each time that you want to do is that you don't have to do this system manually. You can just go into your effects and preset tab and do it. But for this video, we're just gonna do it really quick.
A 15-minute stretch, each one.
Let's just set it in here.
Each one can end up changing your entire life.
Well, that was the entire life, but I just wrote. Okay, that looks good. Now we just can do a pretty quick trick in here. We can pre-compose this text, call it text, and then when it's in here, we can just add a bit of text scale animation to create a bit of zooming effect.
Minute stretch, each one can end up changing your entire life.
That is good, but now we need to add a keyboard sound, so I'm just gonna go into the... Let's go find the keyboards, which is in here.
Each one can end up changing your entire life.
And we're gonna call it in here. Now that is over, the entire animation is done. What I'm going to do is that I just need to add the music. So I'm just gonna go into Pack Manager again. I'm gonna search for music, and the cool thing is that now I have a library of over 200 sounds that I can use. So I'm just gonna go, for example, into the chill ambient, and let's just find I like this one. I'm just gonna double click on it, and it's gonna import it into the composition in a few seconds. So as you see, the download speed is also super good on this pack manager, so you won't have to wait a lot to download some files. And there we have it. And now lastly, what I'm going to do is that I'm just gonna compose this, and I'm gonna call it the audio in general.
Every small habit is like a domino.
Let's just tune down the audio a bit. So going into the audio, I'm just gonna do that.
Every small habit is like a domino.
Oh, too low. -4 should be good.
A clean desk, a 15-minute stretch, Each one can end up changing your entire life. Every small habit is...
Okay, there we go. We have it. We have the main design that is made in here. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm just gonna let's go, and from the square to here, I'm just gonna pre-compose it. I'm gonna call it main. So this will help me to render it even faster. And now let's just go into stylization and add a bit more effects in order to make it better. So one thing that I have mentioned in earlier is that this difference between the colors. So as you see right now, the colors are a bit different, especially on the clock and the domino. We can go into it, selecting the clock. I'm gonna add a tritone effect, and then I'm gonna just get this purple color. I'm sorry, the brown color into it. Okay, now that looks good. And then once in here, what we can do is that we can add a bit of reflection to it. So in order to do that, I'm just gonna go quickly into my assets. I'm gonna just find the shadows that I have in here. And I'm gonna just bring one of these shadows. I think this light array should be good. Let's just push it into the assets, bringing the shadow on top of this background layer, rotating it for 90 degrees, and rescaling it. I'm just gonna turn down the opacity to 50%. So this will give us a bit of more depth for our design. Now we can even make it better by adding a post-rise time effect. And adjustment layer, I'm gonna add the post-rise time effect, and I'm gonna set the post-rise to 50 to make it a bit better.
Every small habit is like a domino. A clean desk.
Okay, this looks super good. Now what we can do on the next step, in order to make it better, I think the color of the text are not good. So let's just try to select the texts in here. And these are just the texts we had in here. We're gonna just set the color to a bit of black. And also let's just paste it for these two layers in here as well.
Every small habit is like a domino.
A clean desk, 15-minute stretch, each one
changing your entire life.
Okay, this looks good. You can remove the post-rise times if you don't like it, but now you need to add a bit more effects. So I honestly, this step is mandatory, but I always, when I want to finish my animations, I use the Lux plugin, which is made by Magic Bullet Lux. I always try to see other type of styles, you know, other type of color gradings to see how it will look. So this step is mandatory, but creating a visual design that is appealing should be, you know, the first thing that you want to do. Sometimes it won't work, sometimes it works, but I always try to search to see if I can find something that makes the visual a bit better. So I like this one. And let's just apply it into our shape. And let's just add a bit of grain into it. So I'm just going to add another adjustment layer, and I'm gonna add the film grunge by the Continuum Boris FX. So I'm just gonna change it into the grain. This grain is just too much. Let's just change it into stains, and this will give us a bit better. So we're gonna just remove the post-rise. I don't think it's just gonna look good for this one. And let's just also set it on 35%. I don't want it to be in the design entirely.
Every small habit is like a domino. A clean desk, a 15-minute stretch, each one can end up changing your entire life.
So here we are at the end of this video, and I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave out a like and subscribe to the channel, as it would help me out a lot, as it will motivate me to produce more videos on the YouTube. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have fun.